Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, where I just realized something. And that is, like, you know how there's some video games where they'll have the title screen, and then you'll play the game for a bit, and then the title screen will change depending on where you are in the game? What's a good example of this? No More Heroes is a good example of this, of like a game which the title screen changes depending on the boss you're fighting, for example. And I was thinking that, like, with Dragon Age Inquisition, the title screen shows the mages and the Templars side by side, and by side, I mean, like, they're on opposite sides of the road, all in single file heading towards the meeting point where they're going to meet for the peace talks just before an explosion kills off most of them. And I was thinking, like, what if, like, the title screen could reflect your status in the game? Like, it would move along depending on where you were in the storyline. And then I realized that it couldn't do that, because, like, this is one of the rare games where the title screen is literally part of the story, where, like, it's even closer to the story than, like, an Indiana Jones movie, which starts with the Paramount logo and of the mountain surrounded by the arc of stars, and then the stars disappear, and then the art of the mountain suddenly transforms into a real mountain. This is like, you click new game, and the story begins from that single image. So if they wanted to change the title screen, they would have to change how you start a new game, and it would not work. Which, it's an interesting restriction considering, like, to that specific idea. Because they've locked that title screen to the start of the story. We are not going to help out the Templars.
It has nothing to do with fairness. We simply
Yay, we got money.
They bring that many servants.
I will speak to the Duchess. She can be reasoned with after a fashion.
Commander Cullen, it would be an honor to serve the Inquisition and prove the mettle of the Orlesian Chevaliers by doing the Maker's work. I accept your generous offer wholeheartedly and will arrive in good time with those men loyal to me. It will be my privilege to order the Inquisition's troops into holy battle against those who would threaten the order of the Empire. With Jane Gaspard removed from play, Carolina or Monette will almost certainly be the next Duchess of Lides. As the struggle intensifies, Carolina has sent agents to cause a scandal, judging that Monet does not have the skill to avoid such snares. Monette has relied upon Mother Renette, her mentor in the Chantry, for advice upon how to strengthen her claim to the duchy, and the Reverend Mother, in an attempt to protect Monette, has sent mercenaries to threaten Carolina's life. Let's see, Carolina has overplayed her hand by giving her agents so much information. I can turn that on her and leave her reputation in tatters. Our troops can easily stop the mercenaries, and Carolina's plan should put her into position. Let's go for, let's get rid of Carolina. Let's make Monette the next Duchess. That'll take 3 hours and 12 minutes. Well, while that's happening, I did say last time I was going to actually continue the plot of the game, because I've spent most of my time doing these side plots, and most of those side plots, such as, let's go to the world map, exploring the Forbidden Oasis has led to a cave of spiders that are too powerful for me. Exploring the Storm Coast has led to a level 8 giant. Most of my party is level 6. I might be able to beat him. I might be able to. And let's see, then there's the hinterlands. We haven't gone to the Fallow Mire. Should I try the I did Like, I might as well try this because I haven't done it yet. Yeah, why not? We're going to bring Sarah, Cassandra, and Solus. I don't see myself using the Iron Bull that much because, like, this is less about the Iron Bull and more about my thoughts on the Dragon Age series. Like, I'm not a big fan of the warrior class as a damage dealer. Like, I like the idea of having a warrior as a tank, but like, I've never really used a warrior with a two-handed weapon.
Maybe you can solve this mess.
Oh,
Our missing patrols are being
you
held
get
hostage by
around,
Avar,
ma'am.
Barbarians from the mountains.
What are they doing in a bog?
That's the thing. Their leader, he wants them to fight you, because you're the Herald of Andraste.
Why?
What do they have against Andraste?
Well, the Avar think there are gods in nature, as in the sky has a god and the forest. The Avar say you're claiming to be sent by one, and they'll challenge the will of your god with their own. I think their leader's just a boastful little prick who wants to brag he killed you.
That's fame for you.
Should I autograph something for him before he tries to behead me?
They think readings for the weak. You
Oh.
know, scholars, lowlanders, or legion peasants. Getting to our troops won't be easy. You'll have to fight your way through undead. Wait, you're not squeamish about undead, are you?
I want to save the patrol.
It doesn't matter. I'm not letting the Avar butcher the Inquisition's people.
I appreciate it. The Avar are holed up in the castle on the other side of the fallow mire. Make her willing, the Inquisition's people are still alive.
Okay, what does the requisition want to requisition from me to requisition? What do you want?
This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
I like how it has incredibly generic dialogue, which implies that they were like, we just need to give stuff for you to do as a player. We need a Ferelden Medallion of Service. Okay, there doesn't seem to be much to do here because there's just 2 camps. Which is okay. I feel like this game could have benefited from, like, smaller, denser areas. Less checklist type objectives. Like, less find the shards and collect the shards. More character and story. We'll see what happens with Dreadwolf when that comes out. But, like, with the state that BioWare is in, it's hard to tell what is going on inside that company. Oh, hold on. Alright, they're level 12, which means we're probably going to have to come back. Once again, it would be nice if there was, like,
There must be more further in.
if there were level designations to these areas. Because like, enemies don't level with you. So in theory, all of these areas should have a level designation. But the Light of Andraste, commissioned in 655, stormed by the illustrious Ban Hargray, protector of the fallow mire, to commemorate the completion of her keep, and to thank blessed Andraste for her good fortune. Does she no longer have a head? Oh, nope, there's her head. Alright. So, let's go back to the map. So, fighting undead, we have no problem with that. Fighting undead who are more powerful than us. Alright. So, in that case, let's switch over to the Dusklight camp over in the hinterlands, and then make our way over to the mages, and see about getting them on our side.
Taking flight.
Oh, hello. That's new. Maybe I shouldn't be heading in this direction. Ah, damn it. And I'm dead. Okay, let's not head in that direction. Oh, hello. A chest, which I cannot open. I might have already opened it. No, these... I was going to call them hard level separations, more like invisible level separations, is making me reconsider replay, or not replaying. I've never finished the game. Attempting to finish Dragon's Dogma. Like, Dragon's Dogma is an interesting game, but I've always had trouble with it because, like, once you get past, like, the starting area, like, it kind of, like, jumps up in difficulty. A surprising amount. There's a lot of the clarity in regards to what you're actually supposed to do
Watch on that damn thing. Sound the alarm at the first sign of demons.
kind of disappears, and oh look, there's a
Open and make a nose watch come out.
there's a rift. Like, I'm already complaining here about the lack of level designations. Like, Dragon's Dogma just does not bother with that sort of thing. Are bad guys supposed to be coming out? Bad guys? Ah. Oh, okay. Solus, see if you can dispel... there. There we go. And if I can tolerate this game's kind of like ambiguous approach to where difficulty exists and where it doesn't exist, then in theory I could tolerate Dragon's Dogma. The benefit this game has is that like it has a lot of waypoints, so you can fast travel to a lot of places, whereas Dragon's Dogma doesn't really
I
have.
don't know what these rifts can do. That one appeared to alter the time around it.
Maybe Fiona would know, whoever that is.
Make her have mercy. It's over. Open the gates.
That said, I've probably played the first 2 to 3 hours of Dragon's Dogma enough to count for several games worth of length. Like, probably a good 5 or 6 or more times trying to get my foot off of the ground in that game. And that beginning part, like... It's not the greatest open. Or at the very least, I've just played it too much to the point where it's not as entertaining as it used to be. Now it's just a hurdle to cross. If you have any suggestions for what would make it easier for me to get into Dragon's Dogma, I will take a look. Because I would like to play through that game. Let us upgrade Revival or Rejuvenating Barrier. When you or your allies have an active barrier. Alright, that seems good. Your barriers draw on the magic of the Fade to absorb more energy before depleting. I cannot lack. Oh, because I haven't done these other two. Well, at least now one more of my party is level 7. Sarah and Cassandra shouldn't be too far behind.
We spread word the Inquisition was coming. But you should know that no one here was expecting us.
No one? Not even Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't yet arrived. He's expected shortly. You can speak with the former Grand Enchanter in the meantime.
This seems very suspect.
The veil is weaker here than in Haven, and not merely weak, but altered in a way I have not seen.
One life,
We should talk
one
to the
death.
Grand Enchanter.
There is but one God.
Yes, we've received that objective. Good job, Cassandra. You're keeping up with the plot. And there is apparently somebody who might be working with the Templars here. Oh, hold on. What are you? Elfruit. I will need lots more of this. I'm still not entirely certain whether the potions you use are fully consumable or whether you just like need to make like a first batch and then you're good.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Templars were called back to Royal.
That's why.
Well, now we have a new fast travel.
So great as those whose remnants lie toppled in these hills. No man needs statues so great as those whose remnants lie toppled in these hills. These statues come from ancient dreams of blood and bone, lost to the memory of man. Be wary of them.
Tell me about your people.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love. Rarely does it.
This does not seem like an answer to my question. This sounds like you're just kind of rambling.
Lotus flowers.
And I do have a blood lotus.
Something like that. Grandmother, I think we should go. Go. In the middle of the war.
And how do I get to this? I cannot, this cannot get into this wheelhouse. Alright, let's keep looking. We need deft hands, fine tools. Is that a upgrade under, like I would imagine all of these are combat oriented, not necessarily passive or like passive abilities for exploration.
Thank you.
I claim this landmark, which has no text, for the Inquisition.
We should be getting more refugees soon.
Alright, let's see what you have for sale. Maybe this will explain something. But that's level 10. I can't wear it. Oh no, never mind. Item level is 10. Level requirement is 7. I should probably get it. It's only 298. And Sarah... I probably should just hold off on you. And you... Oh, this upgrade can only be attached... Oh, that gets attached to the armor itself. I could probably put this on myself. And then Sarah can put this on. There we go. Damn it, I did not mean to buy that. Whatever that was. I'll put that on later, I guess. For some reason, I thought I still was looking at a menu. Or I needed to go to a sub-menu from there. Let's just sort out the... No, let's go to the other shop and then sort out in the inventory, and then we'll cut to the next thing. Like, what do you sell here?
Good day. Would you get...
Ah, you sell weapons. All right, I'm gonna look at this stuff and then cut forward. Okay, so I actually reloaded my game to fix the error in my way, and that way I still have the money, and I don't have the overly expensive armor that I can't even use. Can we go in here? No, we need a perk. How do you get perks? I don't think perks have been mentioned yet.
I talked to one of the rebel mages, and she said it sounded like the dream she had before the day.
Oh, hold on.
Something like that.
What do you have for sale? Oh, just schematics. Great. All right, let's head over and go to negotiate. Might as well do that. Or we can go over here and pick up a quest. One-Eyed Jimmy, what you got for me?
Please, are you with the Inquisition? As you've wandered, have you by any chance seen a ram that is, different? Lord Wolseley wandered off, and he's very special. If you could find him, I'd be most grateful.
What do you mean by special?
What makes your ram so special?
Well, he's always brought the family luck, and his advice helped us make our fortune.
Your ram offered advice.
He's a very special ram.
I feel as though your explanation is very cyclical, is very circular.
Your ram has gone missing.
Yes, I'm certain that if he heard his Jimmy missed him, he'd come right back. He's likely at our family's old summer cabin. It's by the lake in the southern hills. If you do find him and send him back, I'd be happy to pay you.
I'll speak with you later.
If you
Okay.
find my ram, please send him home.
Hopefully that's not one of the several rams that I've killed. Hero in every port, a ballad of Nuggins. Oh, the best of us ran when the dreadnought was sighted. Nuggins, Nuggins, for he heard the call. Tripped 9 Canary, and that's why he's knighted. Nuggins, Nuggins, as brave as he's small. Oh, a shore full of pirates, the worst set to happen. Nuggins, Nuggins, his heart pure and true. Tripped him an admiral, now he's our captain. Nuggins, Nuggins, for me and for you. Oh! The blight was upon us, and we found no pardon. Nuggins, Nuggins, now he'll make a stand. Tripped up the darkspawn, and now he's a warden. Nuggins, Nuggins, for all in the land. Oh! Paraded through Kirkwall as hero and winner, Nuggins, stubborn and vicious. Tripped up a Viscount, now he's for dinner. Nuggins, of course he's delicious. That seems more like a song. Like there really should have been like a pirate shanty. But it's like, for all of your good deeds, you make the right rich person unhappy, and then you're screwed. Alright, let's see how this negotiation goes. I'm sure it'll be fine. I forget at what point you return to Haven to find it under attack, but there's going to be a point, and then we're going to have to move to a different facility.
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. What has brought you to Redcliffe?
You invited me here.
We're here because of your invitation back in Val Royeaux. You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
If it wasn't you who invited me here, who was it?
I don't know. Now that you say it, I feel strange. Whoever or whatever brought you here, the situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
An alliance with Tevinter? Do you not fear all of Thedas turning against you?
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
As one indentured to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
You're ignoring the breach? That's the problem that's affecting everybody.
What about the giant hole in the veil that's spewing demons everywhere? You're just going to pretend it isn't there?
I am not forgetting the breach, but we can only fight one war at a time. The Templar threat was immediate. If we live, we can worry about the torn veil.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
Your hat is stupid.
Are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
Well, I suppose that's why the people in the town refer to her as the former Grand. Tell me about this alliance.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
Fiona says she's indentured.
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a Magister.
Our southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium. As they were not born citizens of Tevinter, they must work for a period of 10 years before gaining full rights.
And then they will be allowed to wear stupid hats, as is the custom. When did this happen?
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was
and definitely not
very timely.
And definitely not taking advantage of the situation. What does Tevinter gain?
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
For the moment, the Southern mages are a considerable expense. After they are properly trained, they will join our legion.
You said not all my people would be military. There are children, those not suited.
And one day I'm sure they will all be productive citizens of the Imperium when their debts are paid.
Pray that I don't change the deal any further. Half bonus points if you get the reference because it is popular. Where is the Arl?
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Al Tegan did not abandon his lands during the Blight, even when they were under siege.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
Oh, All right. Let's negotiate.
If you're leading the mages now, then let's talk. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
It is always a pleasure to meet a reasonable woman. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt.
His son
There is no
Felix
telling
being
how
played
many
by
mages
Pete
would be
Davidson,
for such an
clearly.
endeavor. Ambitious indeed.
We don't think small here.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be.
You, Pete
Felix.
Pete
I'm so
Davidson.
sorry. Please forgive my clumsiness, my lady.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
Oh, he's okay.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Wow, aren't we secretive?
Could be a trap.
There's no telling who or what will be waiting for us in that Chantry.
Come on, let's do something.
I mean, we're going to go to it. Also, very convenient that this place became a crowd immediately after the story beat. Clarence? How are you doing? No, Clemens. Anybody need anything upstairs? Does not seem like the... my gosh. Does not seem like the answer is yes. Supposedly there's a quest to turn in, like... Oh, or is it outside this building? Oh no, that's to meet Felix. Do you need... You got anything?
Inquisition, huh? I wish to holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner. These two winters make my shoulder blades itch.
Goodbye.
Be careful. The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
Well, they're just gonna have to deal with it.
We don't need your kind here. Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name.
But I want to help the mages.
I'm here because I believe mages deserve their freedom.
Right. And I'm the Empress of Orlais.
I got literally nothing out of that. Like, all I gained was Cassandra's disapproval. You know, if there was a mode where you could just kind of, like, if it would show on the dialogue wheel, like, how characters would react to you, like, I would just turn that on. Because sometimes, like, it feels like you're just kind of guessing what people would think of whichever thing. And in theory, like, it would be kind of like auto-aiming as a storytelling device as attributed to game function. Like, A while back, I was playing a game with auto aim on. I forget which game. It might have been Quantum of Solace for the PS2 or something. But, like, if you're playing as this highly trained soldier in a first-person shooter, you are not a highly trained soldier. You are a... Like, I guess in my case, I'm just a gamer. I'm not a highly trained soldier. The auto-aim, almost kind of like the auto-aim, the aim assist, kind of comes across as like a way for the game to kind of facilitate the illusion that you are portraying an elite operative.
Make us feed you, my child. Good day to you, my child.
Yep, we're good. I got.
Your duties. Make us feed you, my child.
I've got places to go. Like right here.
I am Sister Tana. May I help you?
I know you're a smuggler.
I found the letter you sent a Templar named Corin.
What? Shit. You can't prove anything. A letter from a rogue Templar. Nobody is going to care. So, what do you intend to do?
Cassandra, what are your thoughts?
Let's see. Impersonating a sister, smuggling, dishonoring Chantry robes. I can think of more if you like. Or you could put your skills to use for the Inquisition.
And you'd keep quiet? Nobody else has to know?
Yeah.
That will depend on how honest your efforts are on our behalf.
All right. I'm in. Seems like the Inquisition is the safer bet these days.
I wonder what happens with these. Like, can I actually see who's joined the Inquisition? Also, I forgot to reapply my old armor to Sarah, who looks largely terrible because of her haircut. Her haircut is very unfortunate. Like, you look at, you look at Cassandra there. She's got, like, a short haircut. She looks fantastic. Great. Perfect. Solus, very short haircut. Fantastic. Sarah, look at this cut. What was the barber even doing? What was the hair cuttery? What kind of crimes were they planning to commit at that hair cuttery? For shame. All right, let's go to the village chantry, see why our lives are in danger. While also learning where elf fruit and embryum grow. Oh. Oh, yeah, this is one of the allies.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
You knew there was a rift in the middle of the chantry? Let's see. Oh, yeah, there are two of them. There we go. Ah. I don't think it worked. That's fine. Like, this seems like a relatively easier rift, possibly because it's plot-oriented. All right, Mr. Mustachio, what is your name?
Fascinating. How does that work exactly?
I don't know.
You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Another Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister
It comes with
Alexius
the career.
was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Who's Magister Alexius?
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Is something wrong with Felix?
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
You're a Magister?
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
Why help us?
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor, meaning he's not any longer, not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
Oh, which is why there were the issues of, like, the rift outside of Redcliffe was affected by time. That sounds bad.
I hope that's less dangerous than it sounds.
More? That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself? Sped some things up and slowed others down?
No, I was not able to observe that.
There will be more like it. And they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable. And it's unraveling the world.
I'd like more proof than magical time control. Go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
He did it
No,
for his son.
But I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Got distracted by a bug. Had to get rid of it. How do we stop him?
Do you have any suggestions?
You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
In the world of Dragon Age, that is a very accurate statement. I can just loot this treasure chest in the middle of the chantry. Nobody cares. Oh, I think the other two leveled up. Yes. Let's see. For Sarah, we will... Well, let's give you a couple stealth abilities so it's harder for you to be seen. And give you a little bit of damage bonus, too. Cassandra... Alright, let's see what landmark is up here.
That windmill has weathered a great deal. I am impressed it remains standing.
I will claim this barely standing windmill for the Inquisition. These ruins mark the spot where a windmill once overlooked Redcliffe Village. It was destroyed in the last days of the Blight when Darkspawn attacked the area and was never repaired. How do I get there? Can I unlock a double jump at some point? Oh, okay. That was a lot easier than I was expecting. Alright, on to the next thing. Alright, supposedly there's a quest in here. Why, hello, Hinterland's healer.
Too many people dying for want of simple herbs. My apologies. Can I help you?
You're low on herbs?
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes. We've many injured from attacks by those cursed Templars. I need the herbs to treat people's wounds.
The herbs?
Too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more.
What are...
I've a list there of the herbs I need.
There are refugees at the crossroads who would benefit from a healer.
Of course they would. These attacks by the Templars have endangered countless innocent lives. But if I go to the crossroads to help, I might end up in danger myself. I doubt those refugees would risk their lives for a knife here. Why should I risk mine for them?
Solus?
Save yourself and all the villagers will remember is that you hid, even though they did the same. If you help the refugees, they may not love you, but they will hold their tongues before calling you knife ear.
All right. If the Inquisition soldiers are there, I might be safer regardless. I'll see you at the crossroads soon. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
I kind of like the idea of having, my allies provide a solution to the problem. Simply because, like, one, it allows them to actually have some meaningful agency. Because, like, you look at, this is something I was talking about, I think, during Mass Effect 3 more. Like, at the beginning of Mass Effect 1, there's a specific sequence of events where you're looking to get evidence against Saren. And, like, you can recruit different people to join you. One of those people is a Krogan. And if you recruit him and you bring him along, and you find... Oh, well, I have the things you need.
May I help you?
I found your herbs.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Yes, these are perfect.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Is there more herbs? Alright. Oh my gosh.
A pleasure to see you again.
I found your herbs again.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
This is exactly what I needed.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Oh my gosh.
A pleasure to see you again.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
All right, we're playing as Sarah now, I suppose. There we go. We have freed ourselves. But if you bring Rex along and you confront, what was the name of the guy who had betrayed the Shadow Broker? But you find a specific guy who betrayed the Shadow Broker, is causing problems, and you can arrest him. But if you bring the Krogan along, the Krogan will just kill him. Rex will just kill him outright, because he's been paid by the Shadow Broker to do that. And that's one of the things that I've always found a little bit odd about, like, these games.
Alistair grew up at Redcliffe. He used to play in the fields outside this very village.
Good day.
Is like the characters don't really have their own agency. They don't really seem to have their own agency over things. There are certain things, like how there's certain like event points, like how in Dragon Age Origins, Morrigan wants to have your baby because she is expecting once they kill the I forget the name of the dragon that's the source of the blight, but once they kill the dragon's soul would be absorbed into the child. Like, that was her plan. And if you say no, she will leave the party. So it's always good to have a little bit more of that, where characters actually have more meaningful interactions with the story around you. Otherwise, they're just romance subplots. What are you?
What if I took flowers?
What are you doing?
I do not know what to say, except thank you. You were Dalish. My sinner and I, we kept to the old ways as we could.
Also, so far the entire there's an intro when you're making a character. The character creation gives you like a little bit of a plot intro for your character, and that has yet to come into play. Like, supposedly my character was a spy sent into the meeting between the mages and Templars to find information about what's going on. And that hasn't developed into anything, and I wonder if it is even going to be mentioned again. The closest game I can think of that has your character, has you playing as an existing character, is... And your character is custom. That's the key to this. Like, Geralt of Rivia has connections. Let's see, where shall I go? We'll go there. Geralt of Connection has lived in the world before you start the game. So there are places he can go where he can meet people and they recognize him and his story. But a lot of games where you have a custom character usually never furnishes you with your own backstory and a backstory that... and it's difficult because, like, your backstory is going to shift. Mass Effect does an okay job because it's like, are you a spacer, Earthborn? Did you save, like, this base single-handedly, and you'll eventually find like one quest where like it covers your backstory, just one, but it's there. Whereas like Elder Scrolls games specifically, like a lot, they start you off as a prisoner. You are a prisoner. You have been jailed for a crime that never really matters, and you go off to become a hero, become your own thing.
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes, I need them to keep wounds from going bad. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Where is this list? Or did I already get the list? It does not matter. I guess let's go back to, wait. Yeah, let's go deal with these other side quests and then go back to the war room. But yeah, like the Elder Scrolls games do that. Fallout 3 has a backstory that is very, very specific to you, but the world around you doesn't know who you are. We are going south. Excellent. Like, once you emerge from the vault, nobody knows you. Only those few people. Whereas, like, Fallout New Vegas, I found a little bit odd. Like, Fallout New Vegas has you play as...
You can make magic anywhere, Solus. Ever piss it by accident?
No. Wait. No.
What? How would you not remember something like that?
We were all young once.
What do you mean by pissing it? Like, accidentally cause magic to appear? Accidentally cause urine to appear? I need answers. So yeah, you play as a messenger in Fallout New Vegas, and you eventually find the messenger, like, group or employers that hired you, but otherwise you don't really know anybody. It seems as though you've never delivered messages for anybody in the world. Oh, hello. That was a perfectly normal sword emerged out of a lake covered in red. All right. Oop, you look special. Sir, you're...
Lord Wolseley, I presume?
Lord
A young man
Wolsey.
named Jimmy would very much like you to return home. Ah, good.
All right, we have done our job. We shall return to Redcliffe and turn in said quest. But yeah, I wonder if, like, this subplot involving your character creation is even going to be mentioned at all, or if it's just there at the beginning of the game and the beginning of the character creation as flavor text. Like, it doesn't really matter because nobody's going to ever follow up on it. One-Eyed Jimmy.
Lord Wolseley came back. He says you convinced him. Here, for all your trouble.
No problem, One-Eyed Jimmy. All right. Let us return to the war room. Oh, Blackwall. You need something? Or are you just observing this?
So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
If I hadn't been saved by the Inquisition soldiers, I don't know what would have happened.
Inquisition soldiers? That's not what I've heard. I have to admit, I thought you'd be...
taller?
Human?
Yes.
Being up front is better than knife fear.
It was a foolish thought. Should have known better than to say anything. It's what you do and how you do it that's important. Just one question then. How do you think you fit in with all this?
I just want peace.
I just want to help stop the war. Try to put things back in order.
A worthy goal, one I'm happy to support. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers.
Are you moving over to your exclamation point location? Sir, that is a lot of effort into just leaning against a wall.
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look, see if there's anything we can salvage.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Okay. Because we needed more things to find. More things on our checklist. Iron Bull.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
How do you know he's a Templar?
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
Yes, he is.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall, and they'll be good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
Do we need one?
The Inquisition has done all right so far without an Inquisitor.
That's because all we've needed so far is damage control, reaction. A group can handle that. Once you've sealed the breach, it's going to be time to make decisions. Someone's going to have to step up. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
We can only hope.
It won't, but it could.
Krem!
What can I do for you?
How can we use you?
Iron Bull said the charges were at my disposal. Do you have any suggestions on how to use them?
Nothing jumps out at me. If I come up with any ideas, I'll let you know.
All right.
We'll talk later.
Do you have anything new to say, Cassandra?
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the Free Marches.
Oh? I didn't think your people roamed that far north. But clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
Eventually, perhaps.
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
Nope.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
All life has changed.
Did you need something?
But all life inevitably changes.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
When you leave home for any span of time, you will always be different from the person you were before.
All things in this world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost. Those who steal
Varric, buddy, pal.
Need something?
I have questions about Hawk.
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Where are Hawk's friends?
Where are the rest of Hawke's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there. Hawke's little sister is in the Free Marches, helping some of the other survivors from the
I brought her back to life using the
still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job.
the Dragon Age keep.
Need something?
I read your tale of the champ.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
What happened to Anders?
What happened to the mage who destroyed the Kirkwall Chantry? The book never said.
He fled Kirkwall with the mages from the Circle. Stayed with them a while, but he had to move on. Somehow a lot of mages blamed him for making them live as fugitives. I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know.
Who's Orsino? I don't remember him.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you?
Yes.
I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
All right, I guess I'm not going to accuse you of making up a fight if I realize you're going to disapprove of my commentary. Who's in this place? Oh yeah, Sarah.
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
Tell me about your friends.
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
In it. Oh, hold on. All right, Solus. Actually, let's see if we can upgrade any of our potions and if there's anything or what we need. Ah, we can equip a jar of bees. Okay, yeah. Okay, so there are potions that are consumable. Healing potions are not.
Sacred Ask told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Can we upgrade the jar of bees?
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Sacred.
All right, Solus, what you got for me?
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
Do you think it survived?
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
Nope, I'm good.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Anybody else I can bug? Oh yeah, Liliana.
Your enchanter Vivienne lives well.
Liliana.
Remains loyal to the circle and the chantry.
So you say.
There were so many questions surrounding Faria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Faria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once. Glad to see traitors are dealt with quickly. We must do whatever it takes to protect our interests. I am pleased that you agree. It's good to know that protecting the Inquisition is a priority for you. Of course. I do not neglect my responsibilities. We will make the Inquisition a force to fear. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
Though I think that's like an issue that shows up towards the end of the game. The idea that, like, after the Inquisition has solved its problem, now the Inquisition exists and has become a new force of its own. Vivian! Got anything new for me?
Yes?
Is there anything I can do to help your efforts at restoring the circle?
After the circles fell, their libraries were plundered by scavengers. 1,000 years of recorded knowledge in the hands of bandits. It makes me sick to think of it. I've received news that some tomes have been located, if you are interested in writing.
Is this another collection quest?
I'll look into it for you.
If you can take care of this matter, the circle would be in your debt.
It is another collection quest. Great. That's what this game needs, is more checklists to check off.
Mistress Lavelle, do you have a moment? Did you need something, Ambassador?
Yes. Well, not precisely, but I should like to know if anyone here has treated you unkindly, Herald, for being an elf.
If they have, they've been stealthy.
Good. Please let me know if that changes. If we're to convince the world that Andraste's Herald is an elf, the Inquisition must give you its utmost support. Stories of wild Dalish elves have grown even more outrageous as people learn of you.
Can you give me an example?
How have the rumors gotten worse?
I would prefer not to repeat them.
Give me something.
Stealing children, selling peasants to slavers, burning down villages, using infants for blood magic. Those are the stories about your fellow Dalish. I won't repeat what they've said about you.
Oh, those stories are dangerous.
The humans telling those tales are the first to take a knife to someone with pointed ears. My clans defended ourselves against them more times than I can count.
Really? I had no idea. I will do what I can to end this slander, Herald. It may help if I know more about how you and your clan lived.
The best part was when the Aravel, our wagons, turned from the plains to the woods. I used to spend weeks exploring the forest.
You make it sound idyllic.
It was.
Is so far away from home. You must miss the people of your clan.
If I'd never left home, Josephine, I would never have met you. That would be the greater tragedy.
What? Really? There is more to this, Mistress Llewellyn. Whatever comes, your role as Andraste's Herald will mark your clan in history.
There have been other elves close to Andraste. Shartan led an army of them in her name.
This is true. I'd forgotten. The Chantry is not fond of Shartan. Perhaps we should draw parallels. Hint that Andraste's favor has returned to an elf in our time of need. Thank you, Herald. There are some letters I should write.
Excellent. To the war room, finally. All right. Ooh. Okay, so we can go to the... Choosing the mages will make it impossible to work with the Templars.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform
We need
you
to
if
make
that
our
changes.
first choice. Josephine, get us some money. All right, I think I'm going to stop here for the night. Got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night. Meantime, I will very slowly and methodically lean against this shelf.